You may have found, like, all these years of searching and talking and looking at your life and trying to fix things and working on yourself, I think you may have stumbled onto a thing that's way at your core an issue.
Yeah.
Like, possibly. You may have stumbled into a real Mike Nowicki, like, life-defining, either it goes this way or that way kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you feel that way?
Kind of feels like that.
Because you're saying you're tracing it back to being a kid.
Yeah.
And all the shit, like, I relate to you when you say, like, I don't know who I am. Like, I've been trying to find myself too, and I don't think I've found myself yet completely.
Yeah.
You know? In ways I've gotten better at things and healed things and whatever, but I relate to you, and it's like some days I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Who am I? Who am I? If someone asks me who I am, how do I describe myself to somebody?
Welcome back. Welcome home. Episode, it's what, 258? Or is it 260? It's 258. 258. And it's the new year. Happy New Year. 258? No, the boy was, you said it wrong last time.
Okay, sorry.
258, for sure.
Yeah.
I know it. Dude, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
To everyone listening. If you're listening, you already know. Click the like button and subscribe. Come on, it helps us the most. Spread the good word of your boys if you love us. Because I love you. You know, I love everyone out there. I appreciate it. I want to give you a chance now to just sink in what we're doing right now. This new year. Dude, I have a lot of stuff I want to talk about.
I feel it.
I got a lot.
Good.
Because, I don't know, man. It's been tough. Yeah. But it's also been good.
Yeah.
And I feel like the past couple months have been a lot of realizations, you know what I mean? And stuff I want to like throw out there now. And I just want to be Mikey. I just want to be me. You know?
Right.
And I feel like that shouldn't be hard. But it is. You know?
Yeah.
So if you're feeling like that, if you're listening, you feel like that, then we'll get into this a little bit, dude.
Strap in.
Could be good. Strap in. Lock the seatbelt because you're going on a ride.
I love it. But
first of all, shout out for the new year. Anytown Actors Lab. If you're looking to learn how to act, it's the best teaching out there.
Only place.
Adam Louder in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. If you want an in-person class, or you can go online, their website, and just start learning for free. Go on their TikTok, subscribe. He's putting out the greatest content for actors.
That's right.
Adam Louder. He's a GOAT.
Best in the game.
AnytownActorsLab.com. And also, shout out to the patrons. We are actually uploading on our Patreon now. I uploaded the behind the scenes of our in-person interviews.
Love it.
And they're beautiful. And we're trying to add it. We're trying to, while we're doing them, we're trying to, ask ourselves the questions too,
Yeah.
Have a little bit of extra us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're trying to give back in some way. So if you like what we do, it's the best way to support us. Patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. And we're also, I don't know if we're Twitching or live anymore.
Tonight we're not.
Yeah. So maybe let's just not say that.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know how to start.
Well, I want you to keep going.
I'm going to keep going, dude?
Yeah. Because you were just...
be real, man.
You said you want to be Mikey.
I want to be me, dude.
And it shouldn't be that hard.
And it's been hard.
Why?
I feel like... You know what it is? I feel like I didn't like who I was. And it's hard to like admit, Even now I feel like,
yeah.
What are you saying, you idiot? I don't like who I'm being, and who I've been.
Yeah.
And I want to like who I am. Because I can't live like a good life if I don't do that.
Right.
And it's hard to, I think this past like couple of weeks have really been making me, I don't know, why is it always the holidays, dude?
I know.
Well, how can we do this thing where, why was it invented, like a cycle where like, I don't know, man. We should have just not had a calendar, I feel like it adds all this like pressure and everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know, dude. I feel like I've just been looking around and being like, dude, like my brother wants a kid, like my friend's having a kid. And like, I'm like, dude, am I going through a crisis? Is it over? Is everything going to go downhill? Why do I hate myself now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've just been trying to figure that out. And I've been doing a lot of journaling. I've been trying to figure out what I love.
Did you find something at the end of this year, though? Is there something that going through this crisis, not let's say crisis, but like something like this, like you don't like yourself right now? Like,
yeah.
Have you found anything in this season?
Like the reasons?
Or just like is something stuck out to you. Maybe not what you don't like about yourself, but something about your life right now that like you aspire for next year or something. Like where are you at with that?
I think I live a lot of like. I think I put a lot of things out there that, like as like an image thing, of like things that make me secure about how others look at me.
Yeah,
but behind that, I'm like not actually confident in that,
right?
Or I'm not doing that,
right?
Like I could, I don't know, just what's like an example one? It's like when I say I feel like when I know something, I'm afraid to like admit that I don't know something.
Wow.
Where like like today is a great example. I went to the Guitar Center because I wanted to get a guitar restrung because I'm like, I want to learn. I've been trying to learn for my whole life, but I'm just too like, I can't commit to like one thing every day for an hour. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I have this guitar. It's a great guitar. Yeah. Let me get it just cleaned up, redone. I tried doing it myself. I did it wrong, but I won't tell anyone that because I'm like, I did it right. And it's all sitting over there. So look at it. Look, Michael, it's right there. You know what I mean? Like that's me in my brain. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go. It's a new year. I'm just going to get it started. I'm bring it here. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm just going to tell the guy like, I found this guitar and like, that's it.
Not that
Then I'm like, you know what? No, you're going to tell him, I don't know what I did. I messed up.
Yeah.
And I found this guitar and I actually want to use it. So can you help me do it? And I did that.
You have to humble yourself.
Yeah. And it already felt better.
Just to be honest.
Yeah. Just to be honest with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I guess, because you're lying.
It's basically a lie.
Like a little lies over time, you're going to feel not authentic. And then not.
I feel like I've been putting all these little lies out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think it's catching up.
I totally understand.
Yes. Like what would I be if I didn't have all these little lies?
Right.
Like lingering around.
Yeah. If you didn't have to like fabricate things every day.
Yeah.
Like your authentic
to make me feel a little better.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm doing it. To make me feel a little better.
I love that. But it's backwards. It like makes you feel worse.
Makes me feel way worse.
Yeah.
Maybe for like the moment.
Yeah.
It feels pretty nice.
It saves you from that.
Yeah, it saves me from like, I don't gotta say like I'm dumb as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or probably not. No one's gonna give a shit.
I mean, no one does.
No one cares.
Yeah.
But for me, I make it so like I think people care.
Right.
Which is the worst.
Yeah, everyone's got like the tire to fix just that in their own life. They're not worried about your tire.
Yeah.
They're not like concerned about how smart or silly you sound. Like,
yeah.
But we make it.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I've really just been over the years layering that up.
Yeah.
Like forever.
Yeah.
Trying to make it seem like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, bro.
But who cares?
Right.
No one actually cares. So it's literally just me like fighting myself.
Yeah.
And I want to just let go.
Fuck yeah, man.
You know what it is too? Is like, I feel like there has been a lot of like growth in other areas in my life. Totally. Like figured out a lot of things. And that's awesome because that takes a lot of like, I don't know, courage and strength and wanting to figure something out. And like it's the same thing. If I put that effort into like these things, then I can get better.
Yeah.
Right. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough when it's yourself. It's like when it's someone else, it's almost like easier because you're like, I can like, I don't know. It's easier to see the outcome maybe.
Right.
If I say something to you that bothers you, then I can see that immediately. Yeah. Or if I say something that makes you happy, I'm like, oh, it makes them happy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But when it's with yourself, it's like way harder to like understand.
Totally. Yeah.
So
Why
like,
is that? It's so hard to see who we are, bro. To know who we are.
And I feel like that's why I'm saying I want to be Mikey.
Yeah.
Is because I feel like these layers are making me into like this just non-person. Just not a human. Not even a thing. Because that's not who I am.
Yeah.
It's only this like image like that's over here that no one doesn't matter.
Right.
So what can I be if I like strip all that away?
Yeah. How do you feel about that image thing?
I hate it.
Like that guy.
I hate it.
That thing you created.
I don't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like this is like, there's like us and then there's the image that we create of us.
Totally. Totally.
And I wanna really try to just distance myself from the image this year. I want to figure out how,
I think you're onto it. I think with being honest with yourself and with others.
Yeah.
I think that's it puts you in a vulnerable place.
Yeah.
You're not going to be comfortable being humbled and possibly appearing to other people like you don't know everything, and humbly walking into a guitar store with your strings all fucked up, saying like, "Hey, can you help me? I messed this up." It's like a little thing, but for you, it's a big deal because usually it would be, "Oh, someone did this and I just found it." I know what I'm doing, but I was just passing by. I figured.
I think in my brain, I didn't think of that as like a crazy like problem thing that can like really bother.
It doesn't seem like one. I think over time. But when
you do it over time, you're like, oh, this is kind of like not good for my mental.
I think if you're living in,
like getting into something,
100%, 100%. I think it's starting from a fresh place. It's so good. You're like, I'm going to be honest about this. And I think taking it as the new year, we just started 2024, and you're like, I just want to be more honest, starting off the gate to get to know myself and not stack lies on top of each other and like feed this creature that I've created in the eyes of others so that I'll be protected. But like, I'll be myself. I might get wounded. I might get, cut up by other people, and I may be made to feel like hurt, and, maybe people turn their back on me, maybe not. But I'll get to know myself, my authentic self, more by the end of the year. I think that's an awesome goal. And I think that if you can go two ways. You always have the choice to like fabricate or protect yourself and like lie or
that's what I feel like it is. It's protecting myself from like any like issue, any responsibility of it being my fault or my thing.
And
I think that's honestly one thing that like growing up, that was all like I can imagine that from like in my household being like, if I get in trouble, it's over. I'm done. You know what I mean?
It could be,
and it feels like it's like a greater version of that now.
I think
this is like the adult version of it.
You may have found like all these years of searching and talking and looking at your life and trying to fix things and working on yourself. I think you may have stumbled onto a thing that's way at your core an issue. Like possibly you may have stumbled into a real Mike Nowicki, like life defining, either it goes this way or that way kind of thing. Do you feel that way?
It kind of feels like that.
Because you're saying you're tracing it back to being a kid and all the shit. Like, I relate to you when you say like, I don't know who I am. Like I've been trying to find myself too. And I don't think I've found myself yet completely. In ways I've gotten better at things and healed things and whatever, but I relate to you, and it's like some days I'm like, what am I doing? Who am I? Who am I? If someone asks me who I am, how do I describe myself to somebody? And I feel like I've definitely like floated out into space a little bit with like my identity and like who I am, and I'm trying to search more and mine more and see like, who the fuck am I? Like, I don't know. It's a hard thing, and then you grow, and then shit changes in your life, and then you gotta pivot, and you have to figure out what's bothering you, or have you been stacking these lies? I think, again, getting back to the point, like, you can always choose to like pretend that shit's okay and like lie and smile through it and whatever, and like just for the outside world be real pristine and perfect, and I think you do lose yourself doing that. I think you're playing a part. Like, not you, I'm saying like everyone.
No, I think,
like it just
makes sense.
That's what we do to protect ourselves, and then hopefully one day we're like, this feels like I'm sick. I feel like I'm taking sick pills every day.
That's honestly, it felt like a sickness. I feel like when you get sick and you have it for a long time, it's just been this long, like looming, just like pit in my chest where I'm like, what am I doing?
I totally understand. I totally get you. Totally get you. It's tough to admit, but
I'm trying. That's my aspiration for this year. If it had to be one, it's just like that first instinct I get to just not be me. I want to just like catch myself every time. Like consistently.
How about, I love that. And like, let's lean in even more.
And even if like I give in, I know the feeling of when I give in. I know the feeling of when
you're gonna give in.
Because I literally think about it before I do it. So I know I'm about to do it. I'm about to act up. And even if I still do it, I need to like run it back. How
cool would it be to be like,
And it feels fun to run it back.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
it was funny.
What an
I did it a couple
exciting
times.
thing. Yeah,
it's like I actually don't think that at all.
Yeah,
it's nice.
I love that. I love like imagine the moment you walk into the guitar store and you're like, oh fuck, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say the guitars. I found
it's maniacal.
Right. No,
it's maniacal.
But then think about how funny it would be and how great it would be if you just you turned around, went back, and you're like, I lied about this. Like I tried to restring and I fucked up, and I was afraid to tell you that because I didn't want you to see me as like a fool. Yeah. I bet you it'd be like that's rewarding. I feel lighter when that happens because it's like I'm not living a lie. Yeah. I'm not pretending. I'm not like trying to be something I'm not. This is what I am. I'm the guy who is drinking the raspberry tea. You know, like that's me.
Yeah.
And yeah. I don't know. I just feel anytime you're more genuine, I feel like there's weight lifted. You feel more free. You feel more. You could play from there. You can express yourself from there. It's lighter. It's more childlike. Life is a bit brighter because like you're yourself.
Yeah.
You're not playing a part.
It's like almost partaking, like actually partaking in life.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah. Oh,
well, I feel like if you're not doing that, if you're being this other person just this image, you're not really living.
No.
You know? In reality.
100%.
At all.
There is a difference.
Like there's no way to keep up this web of like image lies. There's zero way.
You could do it for years, but you said it so well, dude.
Yeah.
Respect to you, sir. You're not living.
Yeah.
It's not living. That's not living. There's a difference between being and living, I think.
Yeah.
Being is like, you're born into the world and you just exist. You're just here. Time's passing, you're here. You're here. Time's passing, you're here. You're here. You're here. You're still here. Time's passing. And one day you're gone.
Yeah.
And you're not being anymore. Living, I think, is partaking in life, like you're talking about. Partaking. You are a part of the going on of things. You're not just sitting in a room watching them go and pretending to enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
Like being what you need to be to quote unquote partake. No, you are an active participant in life around you. And doesn't that feel better? You just feel like
I think the problem
engaged.
The problem is I know so many people probably go through this, dude. Like the social anxiety and just
I hear you.
Like not even thinking about going to do something, like the fear of it, the anxiety of it all, like, yeah, I get it.
100%.
But it's the worst feeling of going, like leading up to it, like being right next to it and then pulling the trigger is the worst. But then after, dude, when you start walking away and you're like, whoa, that was like, felt great.
It's empowering.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Like lighter. I just feel weightless.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's an empowering action, dude. Yeah. When you're 100%. Like, I'm gonna pull the trigger on this impulse and be myself.
And the only way it gets better is if you just consistently do it.
100%.
Because you fall into it. I feel like that's my problem. I like fell back into this, like I like regressed like from a spot I was in.
Right.
Right. And I don't think I'm gonna go to that same spot. Like that's where I'm trying to go again, but I think it's like a different direction that's like better.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. You know what it feels like? It feels like when I'm like that, when I'm falling into, I'm going to find out, like I could do this. 2024, I'm going to find out who I am this year, right? I could just say that weird abstract statement. It's just abstract. Find out who I am.
Yeah.
Right? We all could say that. And what if I'm like lying the whole day? Like I'm lying every day. And I'm like, but I'm searching for who I am still in the muck of all these lies and inauthenticity. It's like wanting to be in a race. I want to be in the F1 Grand Prix. So I'm going to set that as my goal, and then I'm going to go to the arcade and like just drive on the like little thing and be like, look, I'm racing. I'm getting closer to my. Like that's not going to make me any closer to this race I want to partake in. I'm not partaking in the race.
Yeah.
I'm just lying. I'm fabricating a race.
Yeah.
To make myself like my appetite like quenched a bit. Like, and by the end of the year, I'm let down.
Yeah.
Because then it's a transition to this new thing. What are you going to do this year? I don't know. I'm not in the race yet. So many people suffer from this, and I think this social anxiety stuff. Like I felt social anxiety too. Like we've all feel social anxiety at some point in our lives, and it definitely holds you back if you succumb to this like. I can't breathe because of the fear. What do you think it is? Do you think it's like the fear of what's on the other side of being myself in front of others?
The fear of being myself in front of others.
Like stumbling on my words, and therefore if I stumble, people will hate me, and then they'll think I'm dumb. And then...
I think that's a separate problem from it. I don't think it's that. I think it's actually like, I think it's just like a fear of, I think it's a fear of just showing, like, because I think, we got to really get into this.
Get into it.
I think it's people that are at that like point, that like kind of lower, like low level, like that low feeling, they just doing that is like they're so inexperienced,
right?
That like even they're afraid to like show that they don't even know shit. They can't. Of like who they like that. I regress this low. Like you think I'm lower.
So it's like a shame thing.
Yeah, almost like a shame of being this low. You know,
comparing yourself to others and then feeling low in comparison.
I'm sure someone's thought of like when they see you, they're like, Dave can talk like for everyone. He brings everyone in, all this stuff. You know what I mean? They're like, I wish I could be like that.
Right.
I felt that once. You know what I mean? I think with you.
Right.
Like I was like, damn, like everyone is around Dave, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
Right.
Obviously that was like a first kind of, whenever I see someone extroverted, I'm like, dude, they can talk to anyone. Like it's dope. And, I think at a greater level, people feel like really socially anxious people feel that like I can't even like hold a conversation for like a sentence.
Right.
And even to like think of what to do.
Right.
You know, and they probably feel like that makes them way lower as a human than like other people, you know, because sometimes like when you think about it, it's like a basic human thing. If you don't know how to do a basic human like function, it's like, who am I then? You know, that must feel terrible.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
To like learn that.
Yeah.
And that's only through learning, through consistency, like actually going out, putting yourself out there, trying to talk.
Totally.
You know, and someone's starting to do that.
Yeah.
That's probably the hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I have someone I love who's they're always like,
yeah, like everyone knows someone like that.
Yeah, it's I can't have friends because if people know the real me, they always leave.
Have you ever seen that? Oh man, that sucks. Have you seen that video? That was really sad. But there's a one YouTube video that's like this girl that's like I think she's in like high school or beginning college, and the video is just called like I have no friends.
I never seen it.
And she just like starts bawling. She's like, I'm around people, right? But I don't have anyone I can like talk, like there's no one.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Like we go out and do things and then like I'm like, oh, you want to do this? They're like, no. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. That's a tough, like, what do you tell that person to do? Just go out more? Like, it's so, it's like go out and do the thing that's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. This is going to hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's hard. It's case by case, but I mean, everyone needs friends.
Yeah.
That's a friend.
Yeah. You need
everyone needs a friend. Yeah. And you don't need many, but you do need honest friendship.
Yeah.
And yeah, you need one.
Yeah.
You need someone who's like, I heard it put like love is like we all need love. And someone said it's you being able to be yourself and being held, and then the person feeling the same exact way.
Yeah.
They can be themselves and know that they're loved. Like they're held. Like you don't have to do the thing we're talking about this whole fucking episode. Lie.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to lie to you. I never felt like I have to be someone for you.
Yeah.
You know who I am. You know, even if you didn't know shit I've been through, you just know, I trust that you know me well enough to like be okay with that. Mm-hmm. I don't feel like I have to perform. That's safe. That's like comfortable.
Actually.
That's
perform.
Yeah, there's no performance. Yeah. It takes energy to like do that. It takes energy to like pretend.
I think that's the feeling that people feel is like when they want it. Sometimes I feel that too, is like if I'm going to try to talk to a girl, it's like I have to put on this like whole act, you know? But it's like, what if you just walk up and just say, what's up?
Yeah.
And just be you know? Yeah. I feel like it's hard. I feel like I've been catching myself in that. It's like, oh, I'm like putting on this thing every time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
To make it like simpler or easier, it's like instead of actually just, I don't know.
Yeah. It was hard.
Normal.
It was hard for me to accept like, oh, people aren't gonna like you.
Yeah.
That was a hard one for me, bro. Because it's like, oh, be an extrovert. But it was all in the goal to like be loved.
Yeah.
We've been through this. It was hard for like until very recently, like being okay not being liked in a room of people.
Yeah.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's so healthy, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. Now, like watching from the other side of this fence that I finally hopped, like this madman I was before, just trying to like generate friendship after friendship after friendship after friendship and have no enemies is like, not enemies, but just people who are indifferent to me.
Yeah.
Don't it matter that I exist to them. It doesn't matter. Like, that's healthy. I'm not supposed to be God.
Yeah.
Right? I'm supposed to be Dave, like one person who has a friend or two or three, and you know, I have more than enough. But it was difficult for a time to be like, if I'm not feeling the energy or the impulse to say a joke, I'm not going to say it now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to perform in a room anymore. I'm just going to be me. And if it upsets you, I'm sorry, but that's me. And we don't have to be friends. It's okay. That's a scary feeling for someone who grows up thinking like you gotta grab as much love as you can before you're dead. Like it's quality over quantity now for me, and I can be the ugly one in the room now. You know, it's hard. But you know, you're like people struggle with image. They struggle, like we're talking about image, but like beauty. You're aging, you get older. Like the hairs turn gray, the skin sags, like stuff falls apart, and for some people, that's a really hard thing, but it's inevitable. Like that's where we're moving if you grow old enough. And like for someone like me, that was a big problem. Yeah, because then like older people, like they don't get the love that younger people do. Right? Youth is attractive, and age is a problem. And it took me a while to like come around to the idea that like, it's all tied in with the same thing of like, I can't perform to try to grab everyone's attention and love in the room anymore. It's unhealthy. It's insane. And I'm not God. I can't play God. Yeah. I can't be everyone's God. It's a crazy thought. I'm like insecure saying it out loud to you now. And then I just thought of the podcast and I'm like, whoa,
100%.
You sound like a maniac, but that's
but that's the other side of like,
of not being loved when you're young, not feeling loved. That's
like you're literally the one that everyone loves. Yeah. Which is like crazy.
Yeah. So when you saw me saying, wow, that guy's an extrovert and this and that. I'm looking at you at that time saying like, I wish I was like this motherfucker. Who like literally can just walk into a room and you just seem like, I like that person. Yeah. I don't like that person. And they know it. Yeah. They know
that's like that we were both living this lie.
100%. 100%.
And I feel like we're always doing that.
Well, let's try to lean into our more authentic self. You can't do it always.
No,
like there's moments you'll be at work and whatever, and you have to pretend a bit. Yeah, you can't just like be.
A lot of this is like when you interact with someone.
100%.
You know.
Yeah.
Which if you do it enough, it's going to change who you are, the way you act, and yeah.
What's something? This is a great conversation already. By the way, thank you for this. What's something from last year? If it was like a memory, again, Jonathan told me memories creep up on you. Oh, memories lie in ambush. Sebastian Barry. Thank you, Jonathan, for today. Shout out.
Wait in
ambush for you. This writer wrote it in such a way where it like sneaks up. It's waiting to jump on you. Sometimes memories, and he was struggling with memories, and maybe not struggling. I was trying to frame it as like, what is a memory from 2023? The whole year. What's one that is your favorite memory of 2023? Something when you look back, it's like, that was my peak moment in 2023. Maybe you felt like yourself the most.
I think it's got to be like in Japan with my brother and family. You know, like going back to this, you know, kind of core group time feeling was like the best moment, you know, like a reunion of like my childhood. Yeah. You know? Yeah. That was definitely, yeah. Just being able to, I felt that I think I talked about it earlier in one of the episodes on the podcast of like when my brother actually left. I think has it been 5 years since then? I don't know. Wow. It might have been 5 years. But I remember when he left, and I remember when I went there and had that podcast of him, and like I remember that one clip. I talked about like, I miss my brother because like we used to be this like close knit thing, and then you left, and now even like coming back to you after a year, it feels weird. Like I don't even know you. Like we're both like going these ways, you know. But when I came back this year, it was like we're close, you know. So I don't know. It's just like it was like a getting used to kind of thing, or we were in different places both, and then somehow when we got together this year, felt like those old times,
right?
Which was weird,
right?
You know.
Yeah. Now more than ever?
Now more than ever,
it's picked up right where we left off.
It's almost like maybe I was holding like some sort of feelings.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there was some like sometimes resentment of like, oh man, he left me, or like this kind of thing, you know. But it's like, hey, dude, he's not gonna hold my hand forever. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. So maybe it was something like that. You know.
Yeah.
The more I think about it,
I love that.
Might have been like a selfish reason why we didn't feel like this. You know. Yeah. What's your thing?
Are good.
This year,
I think we were in.
It's when we were boxing, right?
We were boxing. When you punch me on accident in the face. It's funny too. I think like when you say that, when I asked that question to myself, or like when you asked me that question, I'm like, dude, my memory is trash.
No, you're talking to the memory, just the loss. Call me memory loss because it's all gone. Ask anyone.
I swear, dude. I'm like, oh, you have dementia.
Oh, but ask me my 20 character password and my credit cards.
You got that.
And I got that all.
Yeah.
D3 of it. No, I'm kidding.
From memory, it was the one that stuck out the most. Me and Lena were in Pienza. It was like this small medieval town, cobblestone, old like orange stone buildings, and like 3 restaurants in the town, and like a florist, and like a fruit stand, and like it was like the most picturesque place in Tuscany. I couldn't have like created a set that would look like that. It was heaven. And we were, I remember someone told me there's like Pope Pius II, like vacation there. And his like giant home was there, and the chapel he built. So we were like walking towards the chapel on this cobblestone streets, and we're just smiling ear to ear, like, can you believe this is me? Flowers pouring out of like these little homes, and walking down this cobblestone street, and we felt the wind hit us, boom, from the side. And we turn, and it's a little alley, and the chapel's here, and Pope Pius's house is here, and it's this alley looking. We walk closer to it, and the wind is just gusting. It was a hot day too, so it was like cooling us. Perfect. We never stopped. It was like a fan, and it was fresh air. And we got to this like these steps, and it was just this view of the Tuscan countryside, man. These rolling farm hills, right? And there were gold. It was golden hour. They were gold, and the wind and the smells we sat there, me and Lena, on this like cobblestone like curb next to this beautiful church, and looked out on this incredible like God created landscape, dude. And it made me believe in God like even more. It like sunk into my reality. Like you can't say this is an accident. It was so beautiful. Like beauty, that's beauty. That's like you can't describe it in words. Your skin, you feel it in your skin, dude. You feel it in your blood when you're somewhere like that. It was just perfect. Like that word gets thrown around. That was a perfect moment in my life. Nothing was wrong. Everything was perfect. And we sat there for like 30 minutes, bro, and just in awe cried. Like, wow. Just sitting next to each other looking out on this view. And that had to be like tip top.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then one that's like more gritty, but it was definitely one of the best moments because my grandpa passing was like just literally just spending time with him in a hospital. I just spent so much fucking time. Like I can remember just sitting in this like lounge chair. He's like, put it back, Dave, put it back. And we're watching the news, and make him eat his food with him, like his hospital food with him. He's, it's turkey. It's good. There's nothing. He would say, there's nothing bad in it for you, so it's good. Like, have some. He was psyched about the hospital food. Like, he loved the fact that like there's no bad stuff in it for you. Like, it's good. It's good. So getting to spend that time with him was a huge lesson. And then like that, I remember specifically moments like that where I felt at peace because he was at peace, still alive. Like, even though he was going through the decline of losing everything. So it felt really good to just be present with him those last few days, breathing with him and knowing that since I'm there, I knew he felt peaceful enough to sleep and peaceful enough to pass at the end of his life too. Yeah. So that was one of the hardest things I've ever been through, but it had to be peak moment. 2023 was like being there for him throughout the whole process. And it taught me a lot about how I spend my time. Like, I never look back on time spent with my grandpa or with any of my grandparents, my family, whatever, and I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you spend your time and you're like, I have a little bit of regret on how I just wasted my time. I never feel like a waste. That never feels like a waste. Time spent with friends, family like that, like quality time like that.
You can't look back.
That's currency. There's real value. Like, that's something you take with you and they take with them, and there's no wasted energy. You know what I mean? Even if it's just sitting in a room with your family, it's just like, I'd rather do that than, I don't know. I'd rather do that than like some harebrained idea. Like, oh, I'm going to do this creative venture and it's great. Like, that's great. Yeah. But sometimes I have regret there. I never have regret. I never had regret, like spending time with my grandpa. You know? That's very true. Popping in for a dinner or something.
It makes a lot of sense, actually. Yeah. Like, if doing things with others never feels like you never look back and be like, man, I shouldn't have spent that time.
No.
Yeah.
Spent it well.
Even in like relationships and stuff, you're like, oh, like regrets and stuff. I think it's never good to have like regrets on that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn.
That's one of my goals this year too, is like door open policy at my apartment. Like, invite people to my apartment. I know you're at the top of the list. You're at the top of the list. But really, like, having a place where it's like, this is, me and Lena both, we're like, this has got to change. Like, it's got to be, because we're going to look back and we're going to say, this place was empty for fucking years.
Yeah.
And then everyone's gone. Like, I'm gone. Like, I don't want to miss those times. I don't want to miss spending my time that way. That's not time ill spent. That's well spent time. That's my currency. That's all I got. I don't have time to like, maybe next week. Like, that's not, it's not right. That's not what I want to do anymore. It's not what she wants to do either. So
that's another way of living a lie. It's like that. There's things that, there's plans, and then you're like, oh, but I don't want to do that. I find myself a lot of times lately being like, no, let's go to
I'm worried
time.
about you.
Let's do it tomorrow.
I want to say I'm worried about you.
About what?
I got to call you out. We're being honest with each other. Yeah, I worry about you spreading yourself thin with in helping others.
Oh, too much stuff.
You just run head first in helping others, especially if they mean something to you.
Yeah.
Which is, you're an awesome friend. But you don't need to do that every time.
Yeah.
To check the friend box. Like, your friends are still going to fuck with you and love you because of who you are, not because of...
But with helping?
Listen.
What's like a thing that's like a...
There's thing I can't talk about now. But like, I know that like... I can't even say it. I just feel like sometimes you spread yourself thin, and I want you to stay like, there's a certain amount of energy you have in a day for you and for whoever you need. But like, I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say. I worry about you feeling empty at the end of the day because you didn't get your shit done. You got other people's shit done.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And we'll talk about it more. I just
Yeah, no, that makes sense, man.
I always think twice about if I have a thing to ask you. I'm like, I'm not trying to, because I know you'll go. I know you'll do it.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's not right.
Really?
Not for you, for me, as your friend. To be like, I got my...
Dude, I'll do anything.
I know you will.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. And then you ask for nothing. That's the other problem.
Well, I don't need anything.
See, right there. I already know how to string a guitar. I don't need anything. I already know how to change the Wi-Fi that just fell off the house. I don't need anything. Yeah, that's you, bro.
That's so funny, actually.
So I'm trying to like be aware of that and not take advantage of that.
I never feel like I've ever been taken advantage of.
Well, I never tried to take advantage.
No,
of
but I mean like in general. I feel like I've never. Like if someone's gonna ask me to like do some crazy shit all the time, like do some like I don't know, like I've never felt like anyone's asked me to do something that's like out of my like I feel like growing up, like my dad being like, yeah, go dig a hole or something.
And you dug that hole,
yeah,
dude,
but I'll dig it. But,
yeah.
And that made me be like, oh, well, you know what my problem is? There's a lot of things that are like that were brutal. And I feel like everything underneath is underneath that.
Okay.
It's like, I did all this, like, this is nothing.
Yeah,
What's what it feels like for me.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I've done all this terrible shit.
Yeah.
I could do
I
this.
feel like that's my problem. Finding like used condom in the parking lot, cleaning the parking lots, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I also found $100 bill same day.
Whoa.
So, well, trash is treasure, dude.
Trash treasure. Wow.
I don't know what that means, but
Did you return it?
the condom? And I took that money, man. I took that money, dude. What?
I love that.
I ain't doing nothing like that.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I feel like that's why.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
And I think there's something I like that about myself.
Respect.
That I can like, I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of, like my tolerance is high.
Yeah.
You know?
In the way you give.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respect, dude.
The capacity.
Yeah.
You know?
No, you're a big human being. You could take a lot.
Yeah.
You could give a lot.
I'm a big boy, man.
Not in that way. I'm talking about like you're
dude. I'm a big fat boy.
The shame. Let's just shame ourselves into being really fit.
That's another aspiration is being conscious of getting better. You know, like a little healthier. You know what I mean?
Of course. I
want to be better, and like, but then that's boring. Fuck that.
Yeah, but you know what I learned about a run, bro?
What
I've learned about running more is you start. There's a warm up. It's not like you just like I've only ran my whole life,
dude. All right, hold up. You're the only one that doesn't stretch or do anything.
No.
You're that dude. You're the let me go for a run.
No, dude.
You put on your socks.
I'm not talking about stretching. Oh god.
And you go and run.
Can I say what I'm going to say about this running?
Yeah.
Parallel.
Go for it.
I used to run and I would just go, and I'd be like, oh, my pace has to be as hard as I can go.
Yeah.
And then I'll get tired at like half a mile or 3/4 mile. I'll work my way up, but I'm hating it every time I fucking run.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did it take 30?
I had this literally same thing.
But why did it take me 33 years to be like, you can slow?
Because you want to be the guy running sub 10-minute miles.
I want to be God. That's why.
That's your problem.
That's my problem.
You have a God complex.
I have a God complex, or I've had one for 33 years.
Shout out Carl Fernandez. I go to him for the running talk.
Oh, he's the guy.
I always ask him about it.
Carl Ferns.
Dude, he told me something. This is going to change you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, please.
Run how you feel.
That's it.
That's it. He told me that. I'm like, and then I did that. Remember you were running a bunch I started running and I ran 5 miles.
Yeah.
I ran how I felt.
Yeah.
I didn't run in months.
Yeah.
Dude. And I felt great.
Yeah.
And then I looked at my times. I was like 10, like 30 or something.
Yeah.
And then next lap, 10:14, 10:10, 10:05, 9, whatever.
But then think about doing that the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Like that's when I started. That's when it started to click. Like you literally take that first mile to feel like where you're at.
That's just as good for anything. Is like just do.
That's what I'm saying.
Act how you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like pushing it, don't push it.
Yeah.
Feel where you're at. How do you feel? Do your legs hurt?
Yeah.
Take inventory, this and that. And then when you get to a certain point in the run, if you feel like you want to push it, but you check in.
Yeah.
You don't and also you don't have to.
Yeah.
This is for you.
Yeah.
That's another thing where I was like in a competition, this weird ghost competition when I'm like running with my former self trying to stay.
Yeah. Well, I'm the maniac. If I go to a gym and I'm on the treadmill.
And you're next to me?
And I see someone. I get in the gym, I get on the treadmill, I take count of every single person that's on a treadmill, and I say, I'm going to run more than them. All of them.
You're crazy.
I'm running more than all of them.
You're crazy.
And your boy does it.
Yeah.
And feels great about himself.
But then
I'm living a lie.
And you're living a lie.
Because I'm like, I'm so cool.
My shit is, dude,
there's
I hate
20
myself.
people that don't give a shit.
No, they don't care.
And I just had a competition with them all.
Yeah. I'm gassed after that, and I'm like, I don't want to do this on Tuesday now.
And
like,
then,
I'm looking forward to.
And then I fuck up my knee.
Yeah, bro. It's just craziness. It's some crazy competition comparison thing.
That's another thing I'm trying to do, dude. I'm trying to take bad things and make them good.
Love that. Bad things are gonna happen.
And that, I mean, look, first day back in the year. I'll put up a picture, but thing was ripped out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That was a bad thing.
You know? I woke up and I was like, dude, just like, just already? It's already?
How quick did you know something was wrong?
Because I woke up, I looked at my room.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, first thing I noticed on my router, the color of the thing is just like a different color. And I'm like, dude.
Uh-oh.
I've never had internet off.
Whoops.
In a year. So what's going on? And I do it. And you notice another thing I'm trying to do? Because actually, it's funny. Like I found out way later than I probably should have. Because I'm trying to do like, when I wake up, I'm trying to have an hour of like no phone or anything.
Love that.
And it's a lot better.
Yeah.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
But so I wasn't like looking at anything, and I'm like, I'm just gonna leave my phone, and like I was like getting ready, I was like cleaning up, getting ready for the day, and then I noticed the router thing, and I'm like, hey dude, wait up, what's going on? You know? And I tried getting in there, and I'm like, fuck. Yeah. I'm calling, I'm like, and I always feel bad about like customer support because I feel like it's just a terrible job.
It's a rough thing.
You know, and everyone yells at them, and I'm always like, I know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
But this is some bullshit. And I'm like, I didn't go outside yet. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'll check the lines outside. Go outside. And my gutter is just in half. Yeah. Ripped out. Yeah. Like the cable's on the floor. And I'm like, bro, how did no one know? Right. And I'm pretty sure now I figured out. I was talking to those guys. Probably the garbage truck this morning.
Oh, definitely.
They just took it and didn't give a shit.
For sure.
And I was ready to be angry. And I was angry for a little bit. I'll admit it.
Yeah.
But
it's okay to be angry.
It's all right. Yeah. I said, you know what? I'm trying to have no Wi-Fi this year. Yeah. and do it less. So
maybe that was like a little wink.
Yeah, it could have been. It could have been.
You're on the right path, bro. This is a joke. God winks.
Yeah. That was a good wink.
I had a bad day like 4 days ago. I realized I'm pretty dark.
I saw it.
Did you?
Yeah. I could sense it.
Maybe you did. Oh, yes.
I sensed it, dude. I definitely sensed it. I was like, you good, man?
And I went home, bro. And I was, shit was not getting better at home.
Yeah.
I just couldn't feel better.
Yeah.
Just felt like sad and upset and mad. And I went to the convenience store for something on the corner. And I was hoping that something went bad. Have you ever been in a place where you're like, I really want to, I look down at, like the Arthur meme where his fists are clenched?
Yeah.
My fists were clenched.
Oh.
And I was like daydreaming about like, oh, this guy's going to throw my change in my face and like spit on me or something. And I'm going to snap.
Yeah.
I want chaos. I want I want to feel something different so bad. I want to run my head through the window. I want to get arrested. I want to like, for real, like, I just want things to change now. Like and then I realized I'm pretty dark, man. That's part of me too.
Yeah.
Pretty dark.
You know what that is? I think that's literally like, I want something to happen so that I can get rid of this feeling.
Yeah. Anything but this.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit with this in my life anymore and feel crazy or sad or just sad and mad and upset and confused.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to understand my feelings, dude.
Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence.
I'm saying it right now. I want to understand my feelings.
That's good. That's a good aspiration.
Because it's hard.
Emotional
like that.
intelligence.
Like what you just did. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You can just literally be like, I'm mad. Why? This thing. Okay.
I couldn't spot it.
Now I'm less mad.
Yeah.
Because I know what it is.
Yeah.
And things suck. But I know what it is. Yeah. It's not me. What can you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? Understanding is a lot better.
For sure.
You know?
You know what I realized, bro?
Yeah.
This thought keeps floating, and now I'm journaling to God. Like I'm trying to establish this relationship, and I'm using my journal as a way to do it.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that I'm 33, and in the grand scheme of a life, like in this day and age, that's pretty still early on in the, God willing, if I live to be 70, 80, whatever. I'm not supposed to know everything, right? Like I do a lot of. Like we talk a lot. We're trying to ask the right questions and get answers. We're after answers. So maybe we could fix it. Maybe we could change it and fix it and figure it all out.
Yeah.
But then I'm realizing, like, I'm not supposed to know it all. I'm not supposed to have it all together anyway, and I probably never will.
Yeah.
Right? It's a morbid thought, but hang with me. Like, the journey of doing it is worth it, I think. I think I'm supposed to grow. We're supposed to grow. And I want to grow in a healthy way. I don't want to be the guy with the balled up fist in the convenience store going to jail or wanting to go to jail. That's crazy. When I'm sad or confused or upset or whatever. But I'm not supposed to know everything. Like, I shouldn't be beating myself up because I don't have the answers. I shouldn't be like, why am I like this? Why am I so dumb? Why am I not emotionally intelligent enough? Why don't I have all that I need at my disposal? Why am I not grown into the person that I imagine I would be right now? Because I'm not supposed to know it all. This is like a journey, and it's a chaotic, like, looking in the dark sometimes and trying to find the light in these dark spots and trying to grow little by little. But, like, I can't know everything. I can't be the best version of myself yet. Like, I'm trying, but I think the trying is worth it. I think, like, I feel like it's worth it to try. Yeah. But it's not at the expense of, like, beating yourself up over not being there.
Yeah.
And I think that's my line. I fall into the beat yourself up because you're not there yet. So, like, people say, oh, Dave, take it easy on yourself. Take it easy on yourself. Easier said than done. Like, for some people, it's a lot easier to take it easier on yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to be that guy this year, and I want to continue searching for the answers, even though I may never get them. Continue to get to know myself more and be my authentic self so I can be free, like we talked about last week, because I know that's a better quality of life. It's going to slow life down. It's going to make it more enjoyable. Even the painful stuff is going to be more full and deep, and I'm going to experience it more and not feel like I'm just covering my eyes and like life is just passing me by because I'm pretending. I'm going to try to be my authentic self more and be honest about who I am more and give more of myself honestly to others. But yeah, I'm not supposed to know everything.
Yeah.
Not right now.
I think the thing I realized is this is like, me and you is like a great example of like the fact that we can be like ourselves and who we are. Like every, think of every close relationship you have with someone where you don't feel any, like having to act or do anything.
Yeah.
It's funny, like even like sometimes when I would like do that lying thing. Yeah. Like you would always just call it out, and people would call it out sometimes, and I'm always like, what? Like, I don't know what you're talking about, but isn't it funny that was actually kind of what I'm talking about now? Yeah. Yeah. It's like me just making up some shit for nothing. Yeah. To feel a little better. I don't know why I feel what it's doing for me, but like those specific things, but I like that, like you would call it out. Yeah. Yeah. But like, how is someone that doesn't know you supposed to call it out? Right. They don't know shit.
And they probably see it that you're doing it. And then
or they just don't know. And then they think you're this person.
Right.
But
I've done it with other people because I enjoy it. Yeah. To me, it's like, it frees me up and it makes me like more, like I drop into the present. Yeah. If I could call I was trained to call out shit. Yeah. I was trained to see behavior and like call it out. So like, if I see you do something fun, like Voy last week with the dude, that's the funniest shit in the world to me. That is like the greatest shit in the world because it's real. Yeah. He's really honestly speaking about, how silly that was, and he did it because he thought it'd be cool and it wasn't as cool. And now this is where we're at. It frees you up. It like makes you relax. It makes you like breathe. There was a moment before every scene we would do in school where like, oh, okay, Jim would be up there. Okay, guys, who's kicking it off today? Who's going first? Who's for first scene up? And this is what you would hear. There was no movement. No one would breathe. Dude. Yeah. And I remember one day I called him out because I was like, I'm sick of this shit. We're here to train to be honest and vulnerable, and we're doing that. Yeah. And then the second we get afraid that like first person up, who's lead off? Everyone fucking stops breathing. So I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Right? Are we all afraid to fail? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And everyone just, oh God, because it's fucking honest.
Yeah.
The more honest you are, like, not in a painful way, not trying to hurt anyone's feelings or myself, but like, you got to risk it a little bit. You got to be real. And I think people are like waiting for that.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I want people to like call me out on my shit. I want the thing. I like that stuff. Yeah. I like it because it takes me out of my fucking head, dude.
Yeah.
It drops me into the present. And it drops you into the present. Like, as a bystander of this fucking thing. Someone calling you out on your bullshit for a second. Not your bullshit, but like, you did something silly there. Like, did you catch that? Like, why'd you do that? And then you get into why you really did it. And then it's, we know each other a bit deeper now. Like, honestly, you know? I just love that. I don't know. And I hate this, like, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Cool. Like, pleasantry. Conversation over.
Is it easy for you to, like, call out your own things?
That's a good question.
Like that easy?
No. I get confused by myself.
Yeah.
I confuse myself. So I don't know. It's harder for me to be myself than be with myself. It's easier for me to be with someone who knows me, is like just free with me. Because then it's like, I can go to you, and it's like, do you see something? I'd rather that. But yeah, I struggle with seeing myself.
Yeah.
Can't see myself clear. It's frustrating, this find yourself shit. I just get so frustrated with it, bro.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just bugs me. That's where I'm at in the beginning of the year. Find yourself, like, get to know yourself more. Be authentic to yourself. Yeah. I know, bro. I'm trying, man. But like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, at some point, it's like, what do you mean, dude? Yeah. It's abstract. Let's find yourself. It's beautiful, but like, in my heart and my mind right now, where I'm at today, dude,
go take a walk.
I'm done.
Go take a walk.
Yeah. Bro, it's such a healthy thing, and everyone needs to do it. Like, start figuring out who you are. Journal yourself. Ask yourself questions. Get to know yourself better. Become your best friend.
The first thing that I did was just like journal. Yes. Ask a question.
Love it.
I just do, how do you feel now? Yeah. Why? You figure it out.
Yeah.
That's it. Start that.
Oh, yeah. That's beautiful. Yeah. It's beautiful. You're getting to know yourself more. Yeah. It's a beautiful process. I'm just saying I hate doing it.
Yeah.
But it's so necessary, and I get it.
Dude, but then I was thinking about it. Like, that made me feel so trash because I hate doing it, but it's like, I feel like you, like, what's your longest streak of journaling?
When I was like without a day break, probably like 2-3 months, and then I'd fall off one day or something.
So whenever, like, I feel like I've barely gotten like a month.
Yeah,
you know.
Fair.
But I remember when I was really feeling down, I was like, how can you even like expect to like put out like creative stuff and like work on stuff like that? You can't even like write a sentence every day for a month. Right. Like, you are pathetic. Like, it's crazy. You know?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that made me be like, damn. Like, the bare, like, dude, just a couple of sentences in a book a day. That's hard.
Imagine that.
That's hard.
You can't do it? You can.
Because I don't want to.
I'm out of paper. My
That's crazy.
Running low.
Yeah.
I'm going to save the ink for
That's literally, you're at like the minimum, like the lowest level of like will.
That's it, bro.
You know?
It is so important to do something you don't want to do, even though if you set, I'm going to do this, to just do consistently one thing every day. Yeah. Even if you don't want to do it, I think it's the healthiest thing in the world. Yeah. Like, actively making yourself do a thing even when you don't want to do it. Because the consistency is like, it builds that self-esteem. Yeah. It's you're doing something for the good of you.
Yeah. I think like all these things that I feel like lacking and like all this stuff, it's like, why do you think? You know?
Why? Yeah.
Like, what have you been doing? Like, what's actually going on?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Do you ever have, I think of like my back doors out of those things. Like how I'll make any reason like to backdoor out of like the consistency.
Yeah, I love that.
And the thing that's good for me.
I love a backdoor.
And then I was like, why are you writing this journal? Like, what's about the journal? Are you afraid someone might see this journal one day and like just know everything about you and shit you don't want anyone to know? Like, just don't write today. Like, don't write tomorrow. And that's my little backdoor out. And then a month goes by, 2 months go by, 3 months go by, and I forget the journal's there, and I don't know who I am anymore. Yeah,
I've bought 5 notebooks of just emptiness. There's nothing.
I bought you one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use that one.
Oh, okay.
That's when I was like, let's go a month.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say if 2023 was a person sitting right here, and they were just looking at you like this, with this posture? What would you say?
Finance, bro.
Yeah. What would you say to 2023 over here? I'm trying to imagine what they look like.
I can't even think of it. Just imagine like
You broke my heart. No. 2023, you broke my heart.
No, you know what, man? You were just. I feel like there were. It's like in the end, you were kind of like lying a little. You weren't being like fully truthful. You weren't being yourself. You know. And it kind of fell apart, and now I see it. It's not gonna happen again. You know. I'm gonna catch it. I'm gonna catch your bullshit, buddy. It's over.
Yeah. 2023 is gone. You're saying goodbye.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah. Sayonara.
Yeah.
I love that, dude.
There were some great moments, though.
Yeah.
There were some fun times.
There were some
to be had.
For sure. For sure. Absolutely.
But Absolutely. Behind that fun, there's other stuff.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, bro. I love that.
That's the You Are Here podcast, baby.
Did we make it?
I think we're good.
We're through the finish
You
line.
got anything?
What do I have? Well, I just want to say sincere. I don't even know why you guys listen. And frankly, I just hope if you are listening that Mike and I in this conversation have invited you into it. I hope you feel a part of this because in some weird way you are. Mike's doing the finance, bro. Or the secret pyramid, what is it called? The Illuminati? You're in the Illuminati? Adrenochrome? We should talk about adrenochrome one day.
I'm down.
No, but seriously, I want to say a sincere thank you guys for riding with us. 5 years is coming up in like a couple weeks.
I think it's coming up next week.
I want to say...
Next week, dude.
Is it next week, really?
Yeah, 2... Oh, wait. No, you're right.
Do the math.
In a month.
Mm-hmm. We'll have something special with that. But I just want to say thank you again for subscribing, for wanting to hear what we have to say, for wanting to be a part of the conversation, for being kind to us, and for, just for the future. I don't know if you're excited for the future or not, but we are. You Are Here podcast. We're always going to be here.
We're going to see how far we can take it this year.
Come on, man. We're pushing ourselves.
We're going to see how far we can take this.
We want to really bring ourselves, our authentic selves to you. We're trying to expand. We're trying to do new things to freshen up, to let the windows open and let in all of that light. We're excited about what we're going to be. So keep tagging along if you want, and we'd love to have you. I'm proud of us, man. I'm excited for this year, and I'm excited for what I don't know how life's going to change. I'm excited for how life's going to change.
I'm ready for another year, dude.
I'm ready for another, but a new thing at the same time. Same, but new.
You think a 6-pack this year?
Yeah, there's this weird stuff's going to happen this year. Yeah, I'm telling you. I feel that. I know that. I don't feel it. I know it. 2023 has been real. Thank you. It's been tough. You've been tough as fuck.
Yeah.
But I've learned a lot, and I've grown
exciting,
a lot.
Dude.
So thank you.
I'm feeling excited.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah, me too, man.
Feels good.
The door's open. The windows are open. Yeah. Let's see where we're gonna be. That's it.
Hey, dude. I love you.
Love you too, man.
Thank you.
For sure. Thank you.
That has been the You Are Here podcast, episode 2. I forgot now. 49.
59.
249.
49.
Guys.
Damn it.
My name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
My name's Dave. I love y'all. Please be kind to yourselves, and please, please, please be kind to one another. Boom.